I'm not sure where I got up to last month with the caterpillar. I think I may have finished the caterpillar. I'm not sure. Anyway, I have finished absolutely everything for the hungry caterpillar. So the majority of the yarns used was the Dirty DK from Source of Fibre, who's an Australian online yarn seller. It's 100% acrylic, and I did use, there were a couple of colours that I didn't have and didn't want to buy, so I used something I found in Stash, which was, there was some Bendigo woolen mills, there was a Four Seasons yarn from Spotlight, but most of it is the Dirty DK. So here is the caterpillar. You can see how big he is. So cute. And I am not much of a crocheter. Like I know the basic stitches, but I don't do a lot of crochet. This is from Castle of Cozy, who is on Ravelry, but this pattern wasn't on Ravelry, so I got it on her Etsy shop. But she has a number of videos that go along with the pattern, excuse me, and they were so helpful. So that is the caterpillar, and everything fits inside the caterpillar. So I don't have the book with me at the moment, but I will be gifting this with the book. And we have one apple. Some of the things I was a bit worried that they were getting too big and they weren't going to fit in, but they're fine. We have 2 pears. And I've just stuffed all of them with some, you know, the polyester filling, polyfill. 3 plums, which have got a little, I don't know how well it shows up, but there is a little stitch feature down the side that sort of gives it that tucked in appearance that a plum has. And with the majority of the fruit, as I was seaming it, I sort of put my needle through and pulled it, so it sort of dipped in a little bit there. 3 plums, 4 strawberries. These were really cute. I wasn't sure whether to sew the leaves down, but she didn't in the pattern, so I've just left it as is. They sort of look a bit like radishes, but 4 strawberries. We have 5 oranges. Now the rest of the food, I'm not sure the order it comes in. I think the next one was the cake, the slice of cake. And we have an ice cream. And what would be next? A pickle. And the sausage. Watermelon. It's getting quite full. There was another cake, the cupcake. That was really interesting. So I did learn quite a few techniques, like doing these stitches down the side and, you know, getting this sort of shaping. So the cupcake, the cherry pie, that was really interesting to make. And we have a lollipop. So we did the 2-colour spiral as well. Salami, I sort of did a bit of a cheat. In the story, it says he has a slice of salami. In the pattern, there is a salami that looks like it's been cut and there's a slice, but I just did the slice of salami. The cheese slice. This was really interesting. It's done in 2 pieces that are seamed together, and making it, like looking at this, I suppose if you're an experienced crocheter, especially of amigurumi and this style of thing, you could probably work out how this is done, but it was not done the way I thought it was going to be done. And it was just, when I read the directions, I thought, that's not what it looks like. But she has the videos that go, she has a lot of videos that go with the cheese. And once you understand what's happening, it makes a lot more sense. I started seaming the outside first, and then I'd done some of the outside, then started the holes. And what I would suggest if you're making this is seam the holes first. You really need to be able to get access into those and get them all nice and neat, which some of mine aren't the neatest, but you know, it's a kid's toy. So there's the cheese. And then the last one is the leaf, which is also another double-sided sew together. So he is actually quite full. He's full up to here. There is an additional pattern which has the cocoon that he goes in, and then some butterfly wings, which look beautiful, but I don't think I'll be doing them. I think we'll just stick with the caterpillar. I was hoping to get this done by the end of April or by Easter so that I could gift it. But I'm so glad I got finished because I'm actually going to be gifting it next week. So it was done just in time. You can see all the food inside. So I'm just going to take some photos later today and pop it all up on my Ravelry page. And also probably for Instagram after it's gifted. I don't want to pop it up there just yet. So that's my hungry caterpillar. Just looking at the light, when I first set up here, it was fine, but anyway, it's what we're dealing with today. It's been bright and sunny, it's been pouring rain, boats have been going past, cars have been tooting their horns, so it's what we've got to deal with. I'd come straight into this video with an FO of my hungry caterpillar, and I just thought I'd better pop back on and introduce myself. I'm Christine. I'm known pretty much everywhere on the internet as Yarn About Yarn. So my links will be down in the description below, but you can find me on Etsy, where I sell knitting patterns at the moment, Ravelry, where I sell my knitting patterns. I think there are a few on Lovecrafts, and on madeit.com.au I have a store as well where I'm starting to load my hand woven items. So I've got scarves there at the moment. I do have a couple of knitting patterns, and I will be putting more of my weaving up as I can. The photography is a real, I don't know what to say, but that's the most difficult part, is the photography. I find getting some really good photos. When you're dealing with textiles, it's difficult to sell online. They're the sort of thing that people want to, you want to touch it and have a good look at the texture and wrap it around yourself. And so, yeah, this year I won't be doing as many face-to-face sort of market type things, mostly because the big one that I do sort of towards the end of the year, I will be going away, so I'll be missing that one. So my first one, if you're in my local area, my first one will be coming up. I think it's the weekend before Mother's Day. It's the Backy, what do they call it? The Backy Winter exhibition, I think it is, in the Masonic Hall in Ballina. And I'm pretty sure it's the weekend before Mother's Day in May, but I'll give you more details as that comes closer. So yes, I am Australian. I live on the east coast of Australia. I live near a river, so I don't know whether you just heard that boat going past. My videos usually come up at the end of the month, and what I'm actually thinking is I might, because I was trying today to sort of work out what have I been doing, what have I got to show you, what whips have I been working on. So I'm thinking I might do more like a vlog sort of style, but still quite unedited. It's a what you see, what you get sort of podcast. I don't plan too much, but I'm thinking with the vlog style is I'll just film during the month as I have got something. If I finish something or got a new acquisition, or I'm, at an exciting part in a whip, and then I'll just put it all together at the end of the month. And that way I'm hoping that I don't forget anything. But yeah, so the only FO I've got that I can show you is the Hungry Caterpillar. I do have some commission work. I do commission work for a young company, and I do the designing and I do the sample knitting, pattern writing for them, but it is their intellectual property, so I can't show what I'm doing for that. But this last month it has taken up quite a bit of my time. But anyway, it pays the bills. I'm wearing my Tolster tee by the Crochet Bayer. This is in I think it's Spotlight. It's a 50-50 cotton acrylic. It's quite heavy, so even though it's short sleeved and I made it for summer, if it's quite a hot humid day, I don't reach for it. So yeah, the whip for this month is the Ironwork tee, which is part of a knit along for Skein yarn, and that's what it's looking like there. So I'm now past all the colour work, which I am so glad. I've only just started doing the main body. Let's see if I can block out some of that sun. So yeah, this is a 50-50 cotton, not cotton, silk and merino. I'll just grab a ball, which is falling apart because of the silk. It is quite slippery. You can see a bit of the green, the depth of colour that's in there. Sorry about the lighting. I'm trying to block that sun as much as possible. So this is Skein's Merino Silk Sport. 50 silk, 50 merino, and it's a sport weight. So I'm using two colours. I'm using the Tempest, and I think the other one is Hydrangea. But because of that 50% silk, it's such a slippery yarn, and it's at a reasonably loose gauge, so I've really got to be careful. I've dropped stitches I don't know how many times, and because of the silk, they just run. So, but I'm quite happy with how it's looking, and yeah, I just need to work on some of the body. I am alternating skeins. I'm doing helical knitting, so I do have two balls of that attached to there. So that's my Ironwork tee. Just realised every time recently when I come on to do a video downstairs here, my dishwasher is on and it's gurgling away. So sorry about that. The other one I've been working on is the Mystery Sock Club from Bombed Yarns in Tasmania. So we got our February box, and the socks are this month. So we know who the designers are for the year, but we don't know whose design is coming up each month. So this month it's Kath Martin, who is known as Mindful Melbourne Maker. So she has a podcast on YouTube, and she does quite a bit of sock designing. So the sock this month is Kath's. I'm just seeing if I've got a picture that doesn't show any of the pattern. That's what we're looking at this month. So the yarn, we had a full skein and two mini skeins. I'm just trying to find the tag. So the yarn, that's the Bombed Yarns card and Sarah. The yarn is the Apple Isle sock set, and it's a high twist sock weight. So it's an 80-20 merino nylon. So the main colour is this, I don't know how I would describe it. What have they called the colour? Don't know, I can't find that bit of the pattern. But it's this, it's not it is pink, but it's got a tinge of something. This is all I've done. I've only just started on the first sock, so I'd really doubt, mostly because of the commission knitting I've got, I really doubt I'm going to get the February socks done in February. And I'm still working out how I want to knit them. Like this one I have done some magic loop, and then I got the twist, Chalgu twist, this combo pack. So it has two of the cables. It's got a 13 centimetre and a 15 centimetre cable, 5 inch and 6 inch. And then it's got two sets of tips. It's got 2 inch tips and 3 inch tips, which are 5 centimetre and 8 centimetre. So I'm actually using the largest cable and one of each tip. So the one I'm knitting onto is the longer tip, and then the shorter one on that. So I can see how tiny it is. It's only like that big. So I'm still getting used to, you know, that real dainty in the round knitting. But yeah, so I might end up going back to the magic loop. I'm not sure, but that's my sock so far. So it is taking a bit of time because you can see it's a 2x2 rib, and yeah, maybe if it was all stocking stitch it would be easier with these little needles, but it's 2x2 rib at the moment. Sorry, and they're the contrast colours, a turquoise and a purple. So yeah, hopefully I won't be too far behind when I get the March set. That was my fear because I'm not a sock knitter. I just did not want to get too far behind, but you know, can only do what we can do. So they're probably the two whips that I've been working on. Now I finished the caterpillar, hopefully I'll make some more headway with that, because like I said, I wanted to get that caterpillar done. So now I'll work mostly on these two projects and hopefully get those done as soon as I can, so I can move on to a new whip. I've also been doing some online training sort of courses. One is related to my Made It store and selling my hand wovens and how to go about selling something like that online. So that's been taking up a little bit of time. And the other one I've been doing is, I've been thinking about doing some teaching of some kind related to, you know, textile work that I do. Every time I go and do a market, I am asked whether I teach classes. I've done a couple of crochet classes in the past, but that's not my strength. That's not really what I want to do. I was contacted again last week asking if I taught classes. Now, I'm not sure exactly what sort of classes I want to teach, but when I do decide, I want to be ready to do that. So I'm sort of doing some training. It's online, and it's about doing the online, how to teach online, like setting up what you need, platforms to use and all that sort of stuff. So hopefully that will be helpful. I've only had day one so far, and that was really good. So let me know if there's anything that you think would make a good topic to be taught online. It's I'm looking at on-demand classes so that anyone can take them at any time. It's not like you have to turn up at a set time and be available, you know, to do a Zoom call at 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon my time. It's not like that. It'll be on demand so that people, wherever you are, that you'll be able to take a class. But just, yeah, let me know if there's something that you think you might be interested in or that would make a good on-demand class. And I'll add it to my list of ideas and sort of thinking about what's doable and what people would be interested in. So that's what I've been up to this month. I do have some family coming to visit soon, so I'm not sure how much actual crafting I will get done. Next week I'm off to, it's a workshop, but it's also an exhibition. Can't think what it's called now, something entanglements. It's at the Serpentine Gallery in Lismore if you're in the local area, and there'll also be a workshop next Wednesday which I'll be taking part in, and having a look at the exhibition while I'm there. And if I remember and if I'm able to, I will take some video and I'll pop it up on my Instagram. I'm there as Yarn About Yarn, so you know, head over there if you want to see sort of more about what I do. I'm trying to get better at posting over there, and I think I've been posting every couple of days the last week or so. So you sort of see little snippets and behind the scenes sort of things and what I'm up to. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and leave a comment. It's interesting, like I look at the number of subscribers I have and the actual number of views, and the number of views aren't that high. There's not many of you watching. So I really want to thank you. I know there's a core group of you that watch every time I put a video up, and there are a few of you that also leave me a comment each time, which is great. It's very encouraging to keep doing this because I often think about quitting. But one of the reasons I want to do this is sort of a legacy thing as well, for me to look back on, but also, you know, like my kids and grandkids and possibly great grandkids one day, to look back and just see what their nanny was up to, what she was doing. So thank you very much, and I'll have a chat to you probably the end of March sometime. The year is absolutely flying. So yeah, let me know if there's any classes you can sort of think of that might be suitable, something you're interested in, and let me know what you're working on, whether you're taking part in the monthly socks as well, and how you're going with it. I really need to get working on this so I don't fall too far behind. Okay, just waffling now, so I will sign off and I will have a chat to you the end of March. Okay, bye.